Welcome to the Ascend Tournament Series mainstream, everyone. I'm Spotty FC, and we're here in the Apex Cup postseason. If you didn't see us yesterday, we were here live with the Catalyst Cup Championship, a championship where Infamous Thieves Eternal did take the victory. If you want to see that, the VOD's still up on this channel, so go take a look at that. The many hours of action we have. But tonight is one match. Still best of sevens, though. It is the postseason after all. But the Apex Cup now, our top 16 have been confirmed. We're looking at a small snippet of our final bracket qualifier. This is 8 of the 16 teams that are in this one. And this side of the bracket, well, we only get to see the upper side. There is a lower bracket to this. Obviously, there's not really anything interesting in the lower bracket. Nobody's gone to lower bracket just yet. But it's going to change tonight with our first match in the Apex Cup postseason. The Wyffer Wetjets will take on Team Evo Iris in a best of 7 to see who will get their chance to qualify through uppers and get a good high seed spot in that final bracket. The Wetjets themselves, a team that's been here since Season 2, I believe, if I'm not wrong. They've been here since Season 2 of ATS. A part of the House Wyffer organization that's been here since Season 1. Actually, I'm going to make a little update here. Actually, they've been here since Season 1, but they've been known as the Wetjets since Season 2. But they've been here literally since the very first time they could compete. One as well, they are one of the teams that have been crowned champions of ATS. They were champions in Season 2 in the Apex Cup. Since then, they have never failed to make the final bracket out of any ATS League event since, again, Season 1. Since Season 2, Season 1 was a time where they also made the final bracket. They themselves got second in there, got first in Season 2, and in Season 3 were part of the, I believe, actually, it was called the Advent Cup. For a short period of time, that event, I believe they made top 4 in it. Yeah, they made top 4, and that one losing to the eventual winners in Incorrect Azul. Season 4, they were back in the Apex Cup. Would end up in the top 4 as well, losing to the eventual winners in the Evil Buggers. So every single season so far, the Wetjets have either won or have lost the eventual winners. So this is a team that, again, historically has always been really good in these playoff moments. This season looks to be no different, although their regular season, the first part of the season, was not so easy. 4-2 on their record. They did get second in the group. The only team ahead of them is the Torrent Core side that many expect to be the team that will likely win this season. They're definitely a front runner. The only other team they lost to is Phoenix United Ghost, who are also in this top 16. This is a Wetjets side that has not missed the final bracket. Again, and the team that they have lost to in the league, and any of the league that they've been in, has been the eventual winners. So this is a team that has won tournaments with us, that has had extremely good success in playoffs in the Ascent Tournament Series League. So expect them to do well. I mean, the last tournament they were in, well, it wasn't the league, it was the Paradise Cup. They made a top 8 run there, losing to the eventual winners in 100x Knights. So it is a team that I expect to be a definite solid contender for the rest of what will be the rest of this tournament. I mean, second only behind the Torrent Core side. This is a team that's going to be solid, and it's going to be a tough team to beat for Evo Iris. Their season's not been so good. 2-4 record. Not a very strong record here. Are one of the weaker teams in the standings. 5th seed in Group C, which is considered our strongest group. So out of all the 5th seeds in any group, they do have the easiest matchup on paper. Still not that easy of a matchup. Got a very tough road to go through here. This is, if you don't know, Crow, Asura, and Grims. Crow has been in this league before. He was here, I believe, last season. I want to say he was in our Phoenix Cup last season. He's been here with us before. Yeah, he was here last season with us, I believe. Of Evo Icon that did not actually make it to the final bracket the season before. He was on, I think, our Ascendance Cup. Part of Evo Vector that made a top 4 finish there. So Bro's trying to look for a championship victory for himself. Team Iris are going to need to turn some heads here to make this happen. to be a very tough matchup for them. This is a best of 7, though. That's the benefit that they will have here. Best of 7 tactical timeouts are in play, so have the time to make things happen here as against this side. So how things go for them. Again, a bit of an update as well for you. Asura goes by Cetrix as well. So in game, actually, their name is Cetrix, but Asura, you're gonna hear me use Asura. That's the name that they're listed under, but in game they go by Cetrix. So we'll get things underway momentarily here. Get things started in just about a minute or two for this matchup. It's gonna be a great time. We're gonna have some amazing action. In what will be a best of 7 to watch, especially for the start of our Apex Cup postseason. 16 teams, but after 3 weeks, we're going to be down to 8 going into our final bracket on August 31st. Let's get things going here. Enough talking, enough waiting. Let's go watch this matchup. Wyffer Wetjets, a consistent competitor in the Apex Cup, a consistent top-tier team as well. They have never missed a top 8 finish, and in fact, in all of leagues, they have not missed a top 4 finish. So, there's a team that consistently play well, that consistently knows how to get wins, and also, again, consistently either wins or loses to the eventual winners. So, for Evo Iris, they've got some real work here. This is a Wetjets team that seems to just get better in playoff matches. So, let's get things underway here. Wetjets on the blue out of House Wyffer. Team Evo Iris, one of many teams out of Team Evo, playing in the Apex Cup this season on the orange side of the field. Wetjets themselves, who this season have had some roster issues, playing with their sub in Wall for a couple of their matches, are not playing with the sub tonight. This is their starting roster. It's been their starting roster ever since they first showed up in this league. Really has not undergone really much of any changes, if anything. Had their issues in the regular season. 4-2 record, though. Second in the group will be a record that they're going to be pretty happy with. Now in the playoffs, though, record doesn't matter about getting those wins, giving yourself that top 8 spot to play in a single elimination bracket again on August 31st at the end of our August championships. Jets holding offense early here, but nothing really breaking through. And again, reminder, Asura has the in-game name of Cetrix. Be beat there, infield pass! We'll find Muffin. And the Wetjets score first as Evo Iris were pushed back there. You could really tell they were losing those challenges in the corner. Wetjets team, again, they all seem to get better in playoffs. That team chemistry, the way that they play is one where if you're confident you can beat, but it is very tough to beat when in playoffs when there's really a lot of pressure on you here. It's a team-based style. It's all about chemistry, all about passing, all about consistent pressure. Very few teams have really been able to emulate that kind of play, and a big reason why has been because these players have been teammates for years at this point, as Sean will be saved away by Armor J. Crow keep things moving. The only team really this season that we've really been able to see that has really done that style better than the Wetjets has been Torrent Core, who beat them this season for one of only 2 losses that the Wetjets have faced in their 7 weeks and 6 matches. 16 in the Apex Cup, actually very different than the top 16 in the Phoenix Cup. Well, this is the same format. There are less teams in the Apex Cup. There's more of a rank difference, so upsets are less likely. They are in the Phoenix Cup, and I know that a lot of people have been seeing the Phoenix Cup matches for the last couple of weeks, and there's been a good number of upsets there. This in the Apex Cup, historically, there's always been less upsets here, and Wetjets trying to keep it that way as they'll take a second one. So, blindsided by that challenge from Moose. Not be back to defend. Armor J will chip this one over as I think we're getting a technical issue here called by the Wetjets. Seems like they might be having some problems. So we'll get them a quick pause and see what the issue is. And see what the issue might be. Maybe they're having a technical issue. Teams absolutely can ask for a pause, and considering that a goal just got scored, so it seems like we're getting a technical issue here from the Wetjets, meaning we are likely to continue into game 1. It seems like, yep, seems like their issue's been resolved. So, fortunately, we're on a kickoff, so this isn't going to be a big issue for them. As here we go, we'll go right back into the play here. The Wet Jets lead 2-0. Apologies for that delay, but fortunately, because we have match admin now, thank you, Rocket League, we can pause games. So, that'll be a first for ATS here. A little match admin usage in the middle of game 1. Hopefully, these technical issues will not continue, but the Wet Jets are leading. They'd be playing on with the issues, so whatever issues they're having, clearly it's not big enough for them to consider waiting, as they're going to look for a third goal in front. Moose didn't put enough power on it here as Crow, challenged by Armor J. Jets, oh, what a fake! It's a wide open net, and Armor J, I don't know why he took so long, but he will eventually put it in. Well, that's not very nice of him, absolutely. Fakes out a Sora who expected the play to roll up the corner, rather than go in front of the net like that. Armor J, I think, was just playing for the 50-50, but will take the goal regardless. It's an open net, he won't complain. 3 goals for the Wet Jets. Evo Iris, expected, are going to have a very tough time keeping up with what has been one of our top teams this season. Now, reminder, almost all of our upper round 1 matches are non-rematches. In round 1, ATS always tries to avoid rematches as best as possible. There's only actually 1 rematch in upper round 1. That actually is in our Mishmash Gaming versus Wyffer version 2 matchup. Due to Wyffer version 2 being the wildcard team. The team that is the lowest ranked out of anyone in Mishmash Gaming, being in that same group, being the highest ranked team in that group with a perfect record. Only match that's actually a rematch is our first versus 16 seed, technically. Although, again, seeding, as I said, doesn't really matter in a bracket like this. All that matters is getting those wins and getting yourself to the top 8, as Wet Jets will look midfield. Muffin off of the play from Armor J. Grims will keep things moving. Muffin challenged by Asura. Evo Iris looking for their first, and they're gonna get it too! The demo in front will leave the net open, and Asura puts Evo Iris on the board as it was a very slow move back. Armor J and Muffin both in the same spot. A bit of an overcommit there from Wet Jets into the corner will leave things a bit more open than they'd like, and it is 3-1 now as Evo Iris get their first of the series. So if they have any hopes of winning this game, they're going to need to work a lot quicker and a lot more efficiently. Well, they don't really seem to have the offense under control. We'll get a play upfield here as Grims, Armor J will look for and find Muffin. Cleared away as Asura, Muffin, Armor J, dunked by Asura. Crow, already airborne, will look to net, and that's gonna find it too! 2 goals for Evo Iris, with 31 seconds remaining. I mean, Muffin's in the right spot there as well. Just a powerful shot from Crow, over 100 kilometers an hour. And the Wet Jets now under some real threat here. A 3-0 lead has now been reduced to just a single goal ahead. Half a minute to go, now less than half a minute. Wet Jets have got to be a little bit more concerned. Moose, low boost, will get a touch out here, but it will be chased down by Grims. 10 seconds to go. The Wet Jets are losing players. Demo in front. Asura towards the net. Armor J will keep it out, and he's going to look for the clear. Actually, he's going to look to wait on this one. No one challenging. He'll end the game there. What a smart play from Armor J. And the Wyffer Wet Jets will take game 1. A 1 goal difference ending it, but regardless, in this best of 7. So, a game for them, and again, that team chemistry for the Wet Jets is going to be a major thing to talk about here. It's what this team is good at. Got chemistry, they've got teamwork. That's something that this Evo Iris team are going to have to be very cautious about, is that chemistry, because it's really going to show. And again, especially that pressure. You do not want, the last thing you want to do is give the Wet Jets time to put pressure on you. This is a team that likes to hold the midfield, likes to continue to play offense, so Evil Iris, they gotta get out of defense as quickly as they can. They just cannot give too much time for the Wet Jets here, as we're gonna get everybody back in the lobby momentarily. Seems like we may have had a player lose connection here, so we get everybody back in for game number 2. Wet Jets are 1 game up in this series, as get things underway in just a moment here. Both these teams do have tactical timeouts, so that is something that they can utilize, and likely will utilize, during the course of this series. Use those timeouts when things start to get a bit dicey for yourself, when you start to feel a little bit more under pressure, when you feel like your opponents have taken a bit of an advantage over you. That timeout's really good to reset things, give yourself an extra minute to talk things out in between games. Obviously, you don't want to use it early, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see it get some use in this series. In fact, it's more than likely it's going to get some use. Yep. While we seem to get through all these disconnect issues that we had after game 1, we'll hopefully get things underway in just a moment here for game number 2. As there we go, everybody is back in. So let's go to game number 2 here. The Wet Jets do take game 1. Jay with 2 goals for them out of the 3 total. They started to fall off a little bit at the end of that game. Their Evil Iris started to win a lot more of those challenges in the midfield. It's definitely something that the Wet Jets will look to, because if they can't win on control, can't keep the offense, the team does have those issues. Although again, the team that I've seen really give them the biggest problem this season was Torrent Core in their own group. We got to see that match on stream. They got swept in that match as well. One of many teams that got swept by Torrent Core. Oh, but one of their matches were a sweep this season. Jets are going to definitely to be careful about not letting the opponent keep control against them. That's exactly what they want to do. And the reason why Torrent Core did so well was because they played, again, the way that the Wet Jets played the exact same kind of style, it feels like. Heavy on the pressure, heavy on team chemistry, really on focusing on rotations. Exactly how the Wet Jets want to. And generally, when teams play the same play style against each other, whoever plays does it better usually wins, and doesn't just win, but usually dominates. So that's something the Wet Jets will have to keep an eye out for. Although they will not have to, they likely not have to play Torrent Core in this final, in this top 16 bracket. Although they might play them in the final bracket later this season, as Muffin will look to block. Sura up the corner. Armor J will clear this one out and find Moose. Crow's got no boost, can't make the challenge, and everybody was expecting Moose to go for that. He instead left it for Armor J, who obviously wasn't on the same page there. And this is going to be cleared back. Grims is going to have goal 1. Well, it just completely fell apart quickly here for the Wet Jets. And Evil Iris will take it as an attempted pass upfield. And Armor J, he's not paying attention. If he was paying attention that play, he'd realize the challenge was coming and he would have stayed a little further back. Instead, he's just pushing upfield, not focusing on the play ahead of him, or at least not focusing on the challenge that Grims was going for. And the Wet Jets a bit careless there in the midfield. And Evil Iris, while they are not exactly won on possession, last game they have definitely taken advantage of where the Wet Jets have kind of taken them for granted. The Iris team might be 2-4 through the first part of the season. You cannot take anyone easily here in the top 16, even though the Apex Cup itself, again, has very few upsets at this point in the season. Not one of those matches where you can just kind of take things for granted, take things easy. But Jets are definitely going to learn that, although with how many seasons they've been around and how consistently, again, they always make the final bracket, it might just be a factor of them having done it so often, and to have things kind of get a little bit easier for themselves and to relax a little bit. You can never really relax, though. Every season teams change, the competition gets a lot stiffer. Wet Jets will continue to be tested here as Team Evil Iris do hold the first lead of Game 2. Sora looking for a second goal, will pass things in front. Can't get them up on Moose, though, as Grims will take a shot, but with Moose in the way, he won't get through him. Wet Jets will go downfield as play in front. Armor J above the net. Muffin, it read that miss, will keep things going. There's the fake, but Moose got bumped. It's a crucial play as well. Moose was lining up for that shot. It's a crucial play on defense. Will keep Evil Iris in the lead. Muffin wins the challenge. Asura, bumped out, will be the play for Muffin as Asura is still on it. Armor J, jump into this one. He has been probably their best scorer all season. Definitely need to find someone to get a goal here, as this game only won so far, but time is taken away from them here. As Asura will keep possession, now gets past the defender, Muffin to clear. Another bump attempt from Evo Iris in front of that net. We've seen a lot of that so far. Feels like only a matter of time before one of those connects, but lead they're in. That could also potentially put them a bit overcommitted. But Jets have really not found many ways to break through easily. Moose. Armor J. Infield pass. Will find Moose. Off the back wall. It goes to Muffin. In front for Armor J. And House Wyffer is knocking on the front door. And they've broken it through like Jack Torrance. Armor J has evened the scoreline. (1-1). As now the Wet Jets, it's an overcommit. They've got an open net, and Muffin's gonna take it. Well, I mentioned this was a possible issue for Evo Iris. I didn't think we'd see the Wet Jets actually take advantage of it. But going for the bump in front, they sent two players upfield. And said those minor overcommits, they can cost you. They usually work quite well, but here for Evo Iris, at the worst of times, it doesn't. Now, they're the ones losing near the end of game 2. Infield pass. Muffin clears. Armor J there. Asura's waiting, but it's Armor J all alone. The dribble! Off the crossbar and in! And the Wet Jets, after one goal, have rallied forward to score 2 more. Armor J with 2 now. All he needed was their strongest goal scorer to get heated up. And we have seen that so far. 3-1 now. The Wet Jets take a strong lead with very little time left. As Muffin will find Armor J, another clear. Will send Evo Iris back. Grims, low on boost, will let Asura take over. Crow's already up, but Asura calling it. Crow's in as well. Everybody jumping for Evo Iris, but through the chaos, they will actually trip each other up here. And now it will be the Wet Jets on a patented high-level passing play. That is something that the Wet Jets have perfected over the last couple of seasons, is those high-level infield passes. Something that a lot of teams just don't read. And so that the Wet Jets have done very well to really take and use. Through 2 games now, this is a much stronger win for them, albeit they scored very late. We'll take game 2 over Evo Iris as a consolation goal late for Team Evo. And the Wet Jets are calling a timeout here. I don't know if this is a tactical timeout call, but I would assume it isn't. I would assume that those tech issues that they had in game 1 have continued. See what the issue is here, if this is a technical issue. We'll see it. We'll just make sure that they are going to call a tactical timeout here, but 2-0 is the lead here for the Wyffer Wet Jets. I'm assuming it's just a slight issue for them here. Yes, it is actually going to be a technical issue here. So this is not a tactical timeout call from the Wet Jets. We'll give them a little bit of time. Seems like there might be a disconnect again. So again, those issues we had in game 1 seem to be persisting now through game 2. We'll hopefully get things sorted out, but it is a 2-0 lead for the Wet Jets. So we'll give them an extra couple moments here to reconnect, and hopefully end all the issues that we've been having this series. Again, they do lead 2-0. Team Evil Iris have not called their tactical timeout yet, so I think that's an interesting call. When you go down 2-0 in a series, generally you see a good amount of teams use it. Obviously, Evil Iris choosing not to. After a game like that, I probably would have taken one, just to slow down the Wet Jets even a little bit. But yeah, we'll see if these technical issues can get fixed out. The Wet Jets, again, lead 2-0 in this series. Give them some time here. To sort out the issues and eventually reconnect. So, and this is the Wet Jets who lead again. If they win, whoever wins this will be playing against either Underdex Solace or Team Evil Academy. I know that match is actually tomorrow evening, so be a fun time for them here. As there we go, we got confirmation that they're ready and back. So we'll get everybody back in the lobby here, as again, Game 3 will be starting momentarily. Chance to take match point now for the Wyffer Wet Jets. I'm sure, knowing this team, they'd like to make it as easy as possible for themselves. Get themselves the next round, a much tougher round in this bracket for themselves. Get your win here, be done for the week, prepare for next week's matchup. Kind of the, I think, thought process I'd have if I'm the Wet Jets here. You've made top 8 many times before, you've never been worse than top 4. Wet Jets' plan is just do the same. Do your playstyle, play how you want to. And, you know, continue to prove why you're such a scary team in playoffs here. But that's a great pass, and a shot that goes just off the post from Crow. Grims, bumped out of the way, will be left for Armor J. Sora, dunked by Armor J. Crow now. Off the ceiling, second touch, saved by Muffin. Grims will clear it away. Moose. The corner. Challenge now will be Crow, who will have it. Moose. Grims. Crow. Flicked high. It's Grims to the back wall. He won't have it. And oh, a miss! Asura backflipped. It was a great setup as well. Asura was left open there in front of the net. That's a play that could have really worked, but Asura pushed up a bit too high. Couldn't get a clean look at it. And boy, what a great chance earlier for Evil Iris that they really could have used. I mean, they started game 2 off with the first goal. You definitely don't want to give the Wet Jets that early lead, as Armor J now up the back wall. Double commit for Evil Iris now, left for Muffin. Gonna go between the defense, but it will be kept out by Grims. Moose. To Armor J. 2 touches, off the corner. Crow ready, bumped out. Muffin, he's facing the wrong direction here, and actually he's been completely dunked out. Moose has got to go back for defense. He gets 1 touch on it, but that's all he needs, as Armor J will help him out and send the ball down to the other side of the field. But Jets still on the offensive. Not with the ball right now, as great move from Crow. Get the boost out of it, but does get the play downfield, giving Evil Iris now a chance. Break first again, but Grims out of position. Will not get that touch, and oh, Muffin wanted a bit of a better play there. That is straight into the hands of Crow, and with Crow being the only one back, he really had more time than he thought he did. As we got a little bit of a headlock here. We'll see if this one holds up. Well, it will. Grims is gonna score right after it, so no chance to even get back to defend. Evo Iris, second game in a row, have scored first as Grims takes the opening given by that little challenge in the corner and puts Evo Iris up by 1. A $200 prize pool waits at the end of this tournament. Evo Iris do want to give themselves the best chance they can to get there. I love this play from Grims, the fake as well. Pulls in both defenders. Gives Crow the open net. So far in Game 3, the best start we've seen from Evo Iris. as this is not actually too surprising in a lot of matches. Usually it takes teams about 2 games to kind of adapt to their opponent's playstyle. Not surprise me that Iris is playing like this now. A crucial point too, you do not want to give up match point early to the Wet Jets. As Grims has missed it! It's open, and it's Armor J who almost shot it into Grims, but will take a goal back for the Wet Jets. As this one, he just missed, simply put. I mean, he did a good job to recover, and he almost got that block, but Armor J just put enough power on it to get by Grims. And the lone defender will not be enough there for Evo Iris, as Jets will look to go downfield again. Crow to Grims, to the corner. Armor J actually doesn't have this one. Muffin will. Flip a reset. No one actually challenging Muffin. He's just gonna go for it up the corner. Moose! Oh, what a strike! Oh my goodness, he's not even close to that play, and he still finds it. Off the corner, Moose pre-jumps the shot. Sneaky play to drive around Crow. And can you believe it? The Wet Jets have already tied this game up. Grims looking for his second. Saved by Moose as the tried to drive under those defenders. Armor J. Muffin. Armor J. Off the back wall. Grims follows it entirely. Really been an asset this series here, Grims. He's been getting more and more involved, especially in this game. Defensively, he's had to be utilized a lot more. As Moose. That's a great dribble. Grims can't get to it, but Asura will. And he'll prevent any further options as the Wet Jets will look for the infield pass. Across goes Muffin. He's got an open lane. Crow will get there to block him. Moose now towards the net. Grims is waiting. A lot of room ahead for Asura. Moose cuts it down early. Muffin leaves it as Armor J will go. Grims off the corner. Doesn't get another touch on it. Muffin. Armor J. Asura. Moose does get that! Man, that's a tough block. Muffin's gotta get another. Big blocks here for both of those players. Armor J will go up again. High game with at 2-2 here, and match point potential for Wyffer Wet Jets if they can take one more goal. 30 seconds to go. You feel like the next goal is likely the one to win it, and it's Armor J who will take it! He's been scoring all night, but really the credit's got to be given to Moose on that pass. Recognizes that Crow's going for it. A bit slow, and he knows if he just pushes it out to the edge of the box, they can't get to it. The Wet Jets on a 3-2 lead in Game 3 of this best of 7 have likely secured quadruple match points unless Evo Iris can do something about it. Asura looking for one last chance in Game 3. Moose denies it. Crow now, up in the air, has boost to spare. Flip reset. Stabbed away by Armor J. Cleared back by Moose. Asura keeping it alive. No second touch. Muffin will clear it away. And the Wyffer Wet Jets take quadruple match point. And timeout. Likely going to be called here by Evo Iris. And yes, it is going to be called here. Tactical timeout called by Team Evo Iris. For a second there, I thought we had another technical issue, but no. They want that tactical timeout used, so they're actually going to leave for, I think, some card changes. Whereas the Wet Jets now leading 3-0. I feel like this is a very late time to call that tactical timeout. Now you're down 3-0 in the series. And that means that for Team Evo Iris, they get an extra minute now to talk things out in between games. So they're going to use that here as we go closer into game number 4. But the Wet Jets have a huge advantage now. Only need one more win to take this one. Here we go, the extra minute now getting started here, but Wyffer Wet Jets only one game away from an upper round 2. And upper round 2 is huge, because in upper round 2 you now have not only do you have the chance to make it to the final bracket, you actually have 2 chances. Because reminder, lower bracket is there. If you lose in upper round 2, you go to lower round 2, and you can still make top 8 through lower round 2. So the Wet Jets, they can again with a win here, would be oh so close to that to a spot in the final bracket. As Armor J again has been their biggest scorer so far. He's been one of the best scorers this season. He's number 6 in the division with goals, with 20 across the season. None of the players of Team Evo Iris are on that leaderboard. Armor J, he's such a good goal scorer. He's actually number 9 on overall rating as well. That's how much goals can do for you. As the timeout now has ended, so let's get these players back in the lobby here for game number 4. Best of 7. That means the Wet Jets now have 4 chances, if needed, to take their spot in the final bracket. Sorry, in the next round of the final bracket qualifier. They're not in the final bracket just yet. Get things underway once again here for game number 4. Unless we don't have everyone. We do not have everyone. We'll get everybody in the lobby here for game 4. Seems like one of the players might still be making a car change. Maybe they are actually having some technical issues out at the end of this thing. Nope, it's a car change. There we go. They're back. The timeout is over here. We're in the game number 4 of this best of 5. And the Wet Jets here, with the win, will advance to upper round 2. A shot to take top 8 against the winner of Hunter Solis and Team Evo Academy. Things are looking pretty good for the Wet Jets. But of course, they still need that win. As Evo Iris really facing a deficit in this series, it's not going to start well for them. As Muffin will get on the board. And the Wyffer Wet Jets already off to a strong start. 1 goal already, as they, again, have actually had some real issues tonight getting goals early in these matchups, but that will be a big one for them here, especially with where they are in the series at this point. As Muffin, clear, straight back down to Crow. Team Evo Iris trying to find that flip reset, but the Wet Jets will not let him. As here goes Moose. Sora challenged! Oh, that almost went in. It's hit the post. Armor J will not get there in time, but the Wet Jets nearly stole a second one right in front of the Evo Iris defense. That could have been. I mean, a second goal would be detrimental for this team. Putting down the series, they have proven already they do not have an easy time scoring. A 2-goal lead would probably decide this thing, as Bo's gonna clear. Will be for Asura. He's got a net to shoot at. Muffin saves. And Moose will challenge Crow to get rid of it, but Iris not giving up the offense easily. Armor J. Grimm's waiting in the midfield. Still Grimm's. Muffin. Another clear, but back to Crow. These heavy reliance on clears here for the Wet Jets is definitely a sign of them feeling a bit more under the pressure. Watch out to see if those are going to become a major concern for them later on here. As a shot, what a save. Armor J just got enough on it. As Crow in front, Armor J having to avoid the bump to get there. Things have really gotten tough for the Wet Jets on defense. They have not been able to get out for the last minute. As Muffin challenged. Asura. Moose is there. Grimms to the corner. Muffin bumped, but Moose there. No one challenging for Evo Iris. And the Wet Jets will finally get out of that one. And now they might even get a goal too. There's nobody back. And Muffin has a second. Moose runs away with it. Takes down Grimms with him. And Asura, no chance. Removed from the play anyways. It's cleared away. Will be for Moose. Asura. Moose. Clear. The Wet Jets. Continuing to play. As Asura. Waiting. Crow challenged by Muffin. As Muffin will find Armor J. And the Wet Jets, who are just inching their way closer and closer to next part of the competition in the upper bracket. 2 goals to none so far, but Armor J will make it free as a double tap hits the back of the net. Demo will help him out as well. Armor J makes those look so simple too. Wyffer Wet Jets. They're really making it known here in Game 4. They are not going to drop this series. It's been close as well for some of these games, but Jets, as the Wet Jets often do, they'll keep control of the pace so often. Moose challenged, still going. Will be for Muffin, and a 4-0 lead as that one. That could not have been placed any better from Muffin. As he really sends this one. Sora has no chance on stopping it. And a 4-0 lead in Game 4. As that's a double fake kickoff. Interesting choice there. Faking, going for the boost. Really seen that many kickoff plays from either of these teams this series, but the Wet Jets clearly having a little bit of fun now, considering that they are up by so many. This lead is likely to stand unless something changes. Armor J. Muffin. Sora. Armor J. Stopped by Asura as Muffin will look for goal 5. Evil Iris just want this to be over. This has not been a good game. They used that timeout, but clearly it did not help them. Infield cleared back by Grimm's. Muffin actually leaving it as Armor J will be ready. Wet Jets will go downfield as Moose. Corner will be Muffin. Seconds to go. The Wet Jets still playing patiently as they're just letting this time out here. Maybe he's still looking for that 5th goal, but they won't need it. This game is going to end in a 4-0 sweep. The Wyffer Wet Jets making it clear that, as expected, this team really does find their true playstyle in playoffs. The top 16 already getting things started off quite well here. 4 games straight. They will take down Team Evil Iris and advance to upper round 2. For Evil Iris, their run's not over. Reminder that there is a lower bracket, but it is not going to be an easy lower bracket for themselves. They've got to win 2 straight to get into the top 16. And their first match, not looking to be an easy one against either Team Evo Academy or 100X Solos, whoever loses that matchup. The Wet Jets, they play the winner of that series. For now, 4-0 for the Wet Jets. They will be more than happy about with that result. Strong game here for them, a strong performance from them. Again, they will be further in the upper brackets. There you go. That's what the bracket looks like. Again, that's the only match that's been played so far. Obviously, the Wet Jets will get to play against the winner of 100 Solis or Team Evo Academy. Tonight, that's the only match we had planned here. A 4-0 sweep. Very quick, but the Wet Jets proving, as they often do, that they're going to be a very tough team to beat now that we are in the postseason. So, congrats to them. Good performance. Tonight it has been for postseason action. This stream will definitely be catching a good amount of the postseason as things continue to fall down. But for now, thank you so much for joining us this Monday evening for Apex Cup Final Bracket Qualifier action. Take care. Amazing night. I'm SportyFC. Thank you all so much for watching.